Airport used by Putin was closed after Ukraine's drone attack on military base. At least 5 drones were attacked in Moscow this morning, the Russian Defense Ministry said. While Russia blamed Ukraine for the attack on the Kubinka military airbase control building, about 48 kilometers west of the Kremlin, it also hit facilities in a wide area throughout the city. Flights from Vnukovo International Airport, one of the 3 major airports in the region, had to change direction as a result, and flights from Turkey, United Arab Emirates, and Egypt were affected. The ministry announced today that air defense systems destroyed 4 UAVs, while another was affected by electronic defense and crashed in the Odinsovo region. Meanwhile, the local news agency reported that 2 drones had been captured near a village 19 kilometers west of the Kremlin. A drone was also spotted in the nearby Kaluga region. Mayor Sergei Sobyanin confirmed that no one was injured. Air defense against attack for now, said. On Telegram channel. All detected drones have been neutralized. Russian foreign and defense ministries condemned the attack as terrorism. An attempt by the Kyiv government to attack areas with public infrastructure, including the airport, from which foreign flights also receive by road, is another act of terrorism, said Maria Zakharova, spokesperson for the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. The people of the world must accept that the permanent members of the UN Security Council, the USA, Britain and France, finance the terrorist regime. Fight in Russia or stay on Russian-controlled Ukrainian territory. Russia said on Tuesday it had shot down 5 Ukrainian drones in the Moscow region, calling it an act of terrorism aimed at disrupting international airport operations. The Russian Ministry of Defense reported that 4 of the UAVs were shot down by Moscow's air defense forces near the Vnukovo airport, and the 5th one got stuck in the Odinsovo district of the Moscow region. He added that no one was injured. Reported that the drone targeted a military base 25 miles from the airport that Vladimir Putin sometimes uses. Russia blamed Ukraine, but Ukraine did not comment on the attack, which used kamikaze drones that directly fired explosives at targets, damaging and destroying them. Foreign Minister Maria Zakharova said in Telegram, the attempt by the Kyiv government to attack the area with public infrastructure, including the airport for international flights, is a new crime. The Russian military said it shot down 5 drones. 4 of the drones were destroyed by air defense, and 1/5 were destroyed electronically before falling, the report said. RIA Novosti referred to the emergency service, which said that one of the drones was destroyed in Kubinka, about 25 kilometers from Vnukovo airport. Airport operations were interrupted for a short time due to the attack. Some flights were diverted to other airports, and Russia's Air Transport Agency said traffic in Vnukovo resumed at 5 o'clock GMT. The Russian Ministry of Transport said that Moscow and other airports in the Moscow region are operating normally. The state news agency RIA Novosti also reported that emergency services shot down 2 drones near the village of Veluvo, in Novosibirsk. The report said the drone crashed in an open area and no injuries were reported. However, damage was reported to the control building of the important Kubinka military air base, about 48 kilometers west of the Kremlin. According to some reports, the disaster occurred after being hit by air defense. A second wave of drone strikes affected at least 10 domestic and international flights at Vnukovo Airport. Frequently used by government officials, including Putin and dignitaries, the airport seems to have been closed as a precaution due to a drone accident that occurred nearby. A state of emergency was declared at Vnukovo Airport at 8 a.m. local time. Video shows suspected explosion of Ukrainian drone near Moscow. It is believed that the UAV did not hit the Vnukovo airfield itself. Moscow Mayor Sergei Sobyanin called it another Ukrainian drone strike attempt. Ukrainian drones attempted to attack Novomoskova and the Moscow region today, said on Tuesday. He was temporarily detained at Vnukovo Airport for security reasons. No one was injured and emergency services are working at the scene, he said. No immediate comment from Kiev. Ukraine has almost never openly accepted responsibility for attacks in Russia or on Ukrainian-controlled Russian territory. Drone attacks that have hit Russian cities during Moscow's offensive in Ukraine have intensified in recent months. Moscow and its environs, about 500 kilometers from the Ukrainian border, have so far been rarely targeted. 2 drones were shot down over the Kremlin in early May, and later that month drones attacked Moscow skyscrapers. In late May, drone attacks reached Novoogoryovo, Putin's home near Moscow. The Russians described the 2 drone attacks on the Kremlin as an assassination attempt on Vladimir Putin. Kiev said earlier Tuesday that Russia has built 22 Iranian Shahid attack aircraft over the Sumy, Donetsk and Zaporizhzhia region. Said his troops killed 16 aircraft. Separately, it was reported that a Valkyria attack aircraft, suspected to be Ukrainian, and a Lelika 100 reconnaissance aircraft were shot down in the Belgorod border area on Tuesday. Although the control building of the Kubinka Air Base, where the anti-aircraft and air operations team is located, was damaged, no casualties were reported. Due to the freedom of the airport, Vnukovo Airport has banned the pickup and drop-off of aircraft from 5:10. Dubai is among the airlines that transfer to Moscow Sheremetyevo Airport. A drone crashed into a garage and exploded in the village of Krivashino, causing a fire. 2 drones reportedly flew over Kaluga to Moscow. Witnesses reported aircraft-type drones at an altitude of about 700 feet. One is black and has a wingspan of about 3 feet. The other is gray and small in size. Other drones are said to be a kind of helicopter. Spokesperson Maria Zakharova said, "An attempt by the Kiev government to attack areas where citizens' residences are located, including the airport, which, by the way, also accepts flights from abroad, is yet another crime. This is an international crime, given that Vladimir Zelensky carried out these attacks with weapons supplied or purchased by the West with Western money. The international community should know that the permanent members of the UN Security Council, the USA, the UK and France, are the financiers of terrorists.